back with the Select Series for this spring, 2021, virtual customer meetings. I'm with John Herrick and Lorna Marshall. I'm Brian House. We're going to talk about our Calving Ease lineup a little bit, and something I think all of us can say is a little bit near and dear to our hearts. This is really the backbone of what we do and how AI and the beef world got to where it is. We've been a part of that we don't want to add up the years, but I think all of us could put together quite a few years of our involvement with Heifer AI and what it does to our customers, as well as not only that, but the synchronization programs that have come along with it to help our customers get to where they want to be as far as reaching their goals. So I'm going to start it off and talk about a bull called Surefire, and a bull that we're excited to have in our lineup, but he's done so many things for us. He's getting to be an older bull, but he still plays very strongly in our lineup. Would have been one of our highest selling bulls this past year, particularly in the heifer markets, but he does so many more things than just being safe for heifers. One of the standouts in our lineup for high marbling. We know that, it's proven. He's got well over a couple hundred carcass records. He's great to have in a pedigree, and that's one of the things that's made that bull go on for a long time in the purebred world. He lights up the pedigree for a lot of cattle and adds that little extra that people can get the carcass quality higher and things like $C and those type of traits higher. He's been a very important part of what we do.
I think when you look at Gardner's female sale over the last couple of years, Brian, those Surefire daughters have been among the high sellers. And I think the reason is everything you described, but also when you look at the phenotype of those daughters, they're moderate, they're easy fleshing, they're big bodied, and people really, I think, appreciate the type and kind of those cattle in addition to what they do on paper, which is, as you talk about him being a high-selling bull, it's because he's a crossover bull. He appeals to a lot of our seed stock producers, and he is also a staple, as you said, in the commercial calving ease market to go along with that.
I think one you're going to talk about, John, is Legendary. Another bull that's kind of really still on the rise in our lineup.
Yeah, Brian, when we talk about our commercial calving ease bulls, the first thing that comes to my mind is customer satisfaction. And I think this bull has built himself upon customer satisfaction. And I think if you combine what he does for calving ease, he's high accuracy calving ease. I think the phenotype of those calves, they're a little bit smaller headed, they're smoother shouldered. I think that aids to the calving ease that he has to offer. But as we've talked, there's very few bulls in the breed that are as high accuracy calving ease and come as close to being over one for marbling and right at one for ribeye with that kind of calving ease. I think he's one of those bulls that sometimes we forget about what he can do from a daughter standpoint. He's very good from a heifer pregnancy standpoint. I was able to see a few Legendary daughters in the last couple of weeks. They're really good from a teat and udder standpoint, balanced udders, excellent from a teat length standpoint. So I think when we look at the combination that he does in terms of offering calving ease, having that terminal value plus adding daughters, I think he fits a nice combination. And I think we can say that he is one of our highest fertility bulls and works well in timed AI.
Another one of the bulls that, John, you kind of referenced, those staples, the bulls that really carry us down the road to the future. Another bull is Bankroll. A bull that doesn't get a lot of extra press in the world that we work in, but our customers have made him stay for a long time. He's minus birth weight, and he's a proven minus birth weight. And I think in terms of calling bulls spread bulls, Bankroll's got to be recognized as a spread bull. I mean, not only is he a calving ease bull, but that -2, and he's up to about 115 or 116 for yearling. That's pretty good spread for a calving ease bull. So he adds some growth, but maybe the part that sticks out for me, we sampled this bull through our Young Sire program, and in the early days of seeing the first calves, moderate size, thicker than average, but they stand out for the way they look. I mean, I call them snappy. They're cool to look at, but if you're talking about having moderate sized cattle that grow adequately or above and are good looking cattle that turn into really good daughters, and you mentioned that, Lorna, how good the Bankroll daughters that you've seen, udder quality, fleshing ability, sharp fronted, big hipped, just good cows that are under control for size, Bankroll fits right in. So, great bull. Another bull that we need to talk about, and one of my favorites, John, you get to talk about him, a bull called Flattop.
Yeah, Warner Flattop, the first thing that comes to my mind when we talk about this bull is a bull that offers elite calving ease, but he can put the phenotype with it. I think if we have those customers that are looking for that high accuracy double-digit calving ease, but want a calf with some substance, base width of top, I think Flattop does that real well. I think if you're looking to moderate frame, add middle substance to the calves while maintaining calving ease, I think he does that quite handily. I've actually seen the bull work well on continental bred heifers. If you have Simmental heifers looking to make Sim Angus cross with an Angus calving ease bull, I think he fits that. I think he can be used in a wide variety of places while maintaining that calving ease.
He does a lot of things our customers love. I mean, they're easy to pick out because they have that look. Another thing that has been really pleasing is his sales have been going on and on and on. So he's kind of one of those bulls that he's a gift that keeps on giving, and it's been great for us and our customers both. Another bull that's on the list, a bull called Patriot, a bull that I've sort of lost track of, and I have to go back and refresh my memory once in a while on just how good this bull is. And I say that because we've been talking about data, and we get wrapped up in data. This bull's deadly. I mean, in terms of looking across the board, left to right, on what this bull presents for us, our customers, the industry. Here's a calving ease bull. I mentioned those spread bulls a while ago. Here's a spread bull. I mean, 17 calving ease, but over like 115 or 120 for yearling. That's a spread bull. And the daughters are really good. So we've been able to make big-bodied, feminine, the right kind of cows out of a bull that has above average carcass merit. He has that spread we're talking about, and they're quality cattle that last. And so I think Patriot gets on the list for one to look at as far as your calving ease programs this year. Another bull that's on the list, Cowboy Logic.
Yeah, so he's probably the youngest bull that we're going to talk about in this segment, but a bull that we're really excited about. One, he offers an outcross pedigree to our customers, which I think is pretty unique. He's a Cowboy Up son, goes back to a WK Bobcat daughter, so lots of mating flexibility there. I think he's one of the really cool young calving ease bulls that we have identified from a phenotype standpoint. So I think particularly for customers that are looking for no miss calving ease, he's I think at 18 right now for calving ease direct, so no miss calving ease, but cattle that still have some substance and some type and some performance. There may be no better bull in our lineup than what Cowboy Logic does. The sons have been super popular this spring already, so there's going to be quite a few of those in Fry's and at Hoover Angus's sale, and I had the opportunity to see quite a few of these already this spring, and they do come unassisted, but man, do they take off once they're born. I think when you get to study these cattle, they're well above average in terms of their bone structure. They're really, really big hipped cattle. They have added length of body. They're well above average in terms of eye appeal. They remind me a lot of what the Cowboy Up cattle are. When you walk into a pen, they're cattle that have a presence, even though they are calving ease, they're stouter made. The other thing I love about this bull is I think foot quality is going to be exceptional going through some of the sons this spring. They're really short-toed. They're going to be cattle that have extra heel depth. Claw shape looks to be very good, and so I think we have a calving ease bull who is going to sire a tremendous amount of performance. They're going to have a lot of type and eye appeal to go along with it. They're going to be cattle that I think have some longevity because of foot quality. Probably protect him just a little bit from a marbling perspective, but I think a bull that for people looking for a larger framed calving ease bull with more power, he certainly is going to fit that mark.
What are the great young ones we got in the lineup?
Yeah.
And John, you get to talk about New Edition, and we're counting on New Edition to do a lot for us this year, and he's in a great place.
Yeah, Brian, this is one of the favorite bulls in our lineup. I think he has a lot to offer, and he comes out of the Benoit Angus program in Kansas, and if you're not familiar with that, that's a program that is built on maternal greatness. I think Everett and Doug have done a tremendous job in selecting cattle that not only excel for performance, but are also very good from a maternal side. When we look at the individual in New Edition, double-bred calving ease, being a confidence plus out of a dash, I think the bull himself, he's going to be more toward the moderate side, probably in that 5'5" frame range. Very easy fleshing, deep-bodied, sound cattle. We were able to see quite a few daughters this summer that you really appreciate. It looks like they're going to maintain their flesh as they go through, that 2-year-old stage. They're good for foot quality, and they have beautiful udders. And so, I think if you're looking to go in to reduce mature frame size, add fleshing ability, and maternal value, I think this bull works really well there.
No, I think he's got a really bright year ahead of him. And Lorna, we're going to wrap this up with bragging rights. I know a bull that you know quite a bit about. You're going to tell us a little bit more.
Yeah, so bragging rights is a bull that comes from the 44 program. We really enjoy the relationship that we've been able to build with 44 and several of their bulls. Bragging rights is kind of the cornerstone commercial calving ease bull in that program. He is a discovery son that has a tremendous amount of phenotype. So if you get to go down and go through the 44 program, it's really hard to miss the bragging rights cattle because they will be standouts from a phenotype. They're super attractive, long-fronted, very eye-appealing cattle. They have a lot of length of body. They're super heavy muscled and wide-based cattle, and that's kind of the neat thing in terms of here's a calving ease bull that has a tremendous amount of performance, and then when you get to the carcass merit, he's a bull that really excels from both a marbling and ribeye area standpoint. And that's, I think, one of the cool things about bragging rights. We also have another 44 bull named Main Street, but both of those bulls have calves that qualify for the 44 feeder cattle buyback program, which has treated our customers exceptionally well. And so, not only are you going to create some cattle, that have a lot of value, but you also know that you have a home for those cattle in terms of, a program that they're going to qualify for.
That's great. And that's just a snapshot, really, of what we called our backbone of our program. But though there's a lengthy list of calving ease bulls. This is probably the core of that group, and we're looking forward to having their success this year.